Coffee with the Commish, coming to you from the House of Mean Machine in Cold Lake, New Jersey, where today I am joined by the first ever guest on Coffee with the Commish. That is Drug-Infested Den. Drug-Infested Den, how are you?
I'm doing great. Nitty Lyons, how are you?
I'm doing good, and of course I have to honor the machine with this ridiculous hat that I can't wear anymore, so we'll toss that over to the side.
Don't disrespect the chief like that.
Welcome back to the Garden State. We've missed you. How's life?
Life's good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good to be back for the holiday and back again in a couple weeks for Christmas. It's always old stomping grounds. It's good to be back.
What kind of coffee are we drinking?
We're drinking Starbucks Holiday Blend. It's Fran's favorite. So
I don't know if the cameraman can see what's on that mug, but why don't you walk it over to the camera real quick?
So I'm very into myself, as you can see. When I moved to New Hampshire, it was a kind of like a gift to my mom to remember me on a mug. So I had to pick it and drink out of it.
You have like a whole cupboard of those mugs right in your house.
Yeah,
right?
because I love myself, so it's always me, all me.
I am drinking Seattle's best post-alley dark roast.
I see no cream. I just think you hate life if you don't put cream in the coffee.
I'm a miserable person.
Well, it makes sense.
Give me a go-to coffee spot in New Hampshire. Your favorite spot?
There's actually a place right down the street that's
What's the name of it?
it's called Bluebird Cafe.
Yeah?
Yeah, they have good like cold brew and all that stuff.
Okay. We're going to kick off talking about you. I think you know the routine by now. So last year, I think you were just a few months into your new home in New Hampshire when we filmed the debut episode of Coffee with the Commish. Are you all settled in, or?
Yeah, we have a couple beds now with some bedrooms so people can stay over. We actually have a kitchen table. I know when you were there, we had some round table that isn't even there anymore. We gave it away. So yeah, it's coming along. The lawn's looking better and it's thicker. So it's keeping up with the Joneses. So we have a nice home now. Yeah.
Do you ever see yourself leaving the Granite State?
Not for the time being, no. We see ourselves there for now for sure.
And of course, this past August, you tied the knot with Mrs. Drug-Infested Den.
Yes, as you can see.
How's married life?
It's great. We were engaged for a few years, so nothing's changed. It's just having a ring on my finger, and it's good. Good stuff.
It's too bad you won a title because I had so many jokes.
Yeah, I have this exact many championships actually. Yeah.
Honeymoon?
Soon. So we had a lot of stuff planned already, and different jobs. So we're gonna go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
We want to do Hawaii. Yeah.
Which island?
We want to do Kauai and Maui. We want to do like a little island hopping, but we got plans still. So.
Well, call Pop's Fish for some tips on
also
restaurants and things to do.
Mrs. Commish as well.
Like that right there, the joints.
Yeah, that was good. And Sync Brothers.
One thing I do want to ask you, apparently you're a CrossFit bro now. You joined the course.
So just so you know, I didn't bring this up because the CrossFitters bring it up. So it was you that brought it up, so now I can talk about it.
All right, well,
yeah.
Give me your best or your favorite CrossFit move. I want to see you do it.
Don't
explain it.
There's a lot of gymnastics involved. I'm really good at bench press and squatting. People are surprised how good I am at that. But when it comes to gymnastics, like kipping pull-ups, you're literally throwing your body around and doing like muscle-ups. So I'm not really flexible. So I'm working on my back strength now. So yeah, that's what
I think I saw you shrugging a dumbbell or something. Can you demonstrate?
No, it was dumbbell
Standing up. Let's see it.
Jerks.
Let's see it.
Well, the dumbbell now. It's like dumbbell things, you know. You switch midair and they're what's it called? Snatches. That's what it is. Snatch.
Very nice. Let's talk 2 truths and a lie. I hope you came prepared. You got your
I
notes
wrote it
here.
down. Yeah.
So for everybody watching, it's been a few weeks since our last episode. So here's a refresher. You're going to say 3 statements. 2 of them are true. 1's a lie. Send in your guess. You'll get a nice kudos from the commission.
All right. Let's see. How should I start this? I was offered a wrestling scholarship, even though I never wrestled in college. I've broken 2 bones, and I ran a 4.46 40-yard dash at the Penn State football tryout, which is a 1/10 of a second faster than the Commish over here.
Well, that one's got to be a lie. So let's recap. You've been offered a wrestling scholarship even though you never wrestled. You broke 2 bones, and you ran a 4.46 in the 40-yard dash, which you claim is a 1/10 faster than my fastest 40. Okay. Let's see if the league can guess it. Let's talk some business. It is your 18th season in the league. You're a founding member, but of course you quit in 2002. Can you share why? I don't know if we ever covered that.
I was like 8 years old, getting bullied by Sal Mergliata, and now he's like 5'2", and I could tower over him. But I don't know, it wasn't all about that. I was trying to focus on school. in 6th grade, tough time. So then after that, I was like, I want back into this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can you believe you spent 64% of your life playing in this league?
It seems like more than that, so that's actually not bad.
Yeah. Career record to date of this recording: 114 wins, 120 losses, 1 tie, 485 winning percentage. But you're closing the gap there on the record. So, your thoughts?
Yeah, I really turned a corner. It was actually my last year in Hoboken. I just decided to start playing. I was terrible, like 10th, and I finally made the playoffs. This will be my 4th year in a row making the playoffs, so I made a turn. I just want to get that over 500. I think next year, definitely, unless I win out, that'll be awesome. But yeah, it's new times for the Den.
Of course, you are the 2017 Moore League champion. You have 3 career top 3 finishes. In 2019, you are 7-5 heading into week 13. Last week, you lost to the Mountaineers. You had less than 82 points, so a pretty rough week.
Yeah.
This week, of course, the rivalry of all rivalries, Nittany Lions comes to town. 18-8, does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, it's mostly lopsided from the years I was really terrible. I do have a more recent championship in the last 15 years that Commish has had, so it's always a good matchup. You throw the records out the window. I think this year it's going to be a little lopsided because Commish is so good, Nittany Lions, so it's going to be tough.
First attempt at trying to jinx me, but let me mention it again. Nittany Lions 18-8 versus Drug-Infested in Lifetime. What's on the line for this game? Playoff positioning. I think in the weekly notes I had it where you could be anywhere between 2 and 6. Nittany Lions could be anywhere between 3 and 8. So a lot on the line. Can you give me your take on this game? What's going to take the Drug-Infested?
Yeah, I called it. When I beat Crazy Fools, I squeaked it out. I was 7-3. I told you on the side, I was like, I'm going to lose out because I had some bad bye weeks. David Johnson just doesn't play football anymore, apparently. So I was like, I'm going to lose out and see. Hopefully, people are back for the playoffs. So I'm playing you this week. It's going to be tough. I just hope when I lose to you, I'm going to have to play you again next week. So I'm hoping somehow I beat you and I don't have to play next week because there's some cupcakes in the playoffs this year, but there's also 3 really good teams, so I don't want to play the 3 really good teams.
Let's talk playoff field. As of this recording, going into week 13, the clinch teams are Mean Machine, Shake and Bake, Garden State Grinders, Drug-Infested Den, the Mountaineers, all officially clinched, Nittany Lions unofficially clinched, but will be in because of points. Those in the bubble: Blue Moon, Giants Rule, Crazy Fools, and Jimmy Legs. 4 teams for those final 2 spots. Which 2 are getting in?
Jimmy Legs and Giants Rule.
So that would mean all 3 Moors and all 3 Lights are in the dance.
That's right.
That's
6 out of 8. Yeah.
That would be wild. So, who do you want to play in the first round? You can pick. Anything.
I would love to play the Mountaineers again because.
Can you say it the correct way, please?
The Mountaineers, and I coined that, so I can say it. Yeah.
So
the Mountaineers was pathetic last week. I was even more pathetic. He scored 100 points. He's the weakest 7-win team there ever was. I would love to rematch him with the full squad. Also, Shake and Bake is struggling down the stretch. He's not a great manager, so I think he's a good team to play. As well as Blue Moon has been weak. He just squeaks wins out, though, so you never know with him. But I'd say I would like a rematch against the Mountaineers.
if you win the trophy this year, what weird things are you going to do with it?
Well, it would be nice to actually get the trophy this year, because when I won it, it just didn't exist, because Blue Moon lost it. So I didn't have it for a year, so I had one night with it on my bachelor party, and weird things happened. So you can only imagine what would happen for a full year. I would send regular updates to the league.
Yeah, I don't want to know about that one night at the bachelor party. Drug-Infested Den, of course, is your team name. Are you ever going to change it, or are you sticking with it?
I'm going to keep it as long as the current POTUS is in office.
Okay.
So if he's reelected, I'll have it for another
4 more years?
Yeah, unless it's, impeached, which might not happen, but I'll have it as long as he is because it came from that. And the people who don't know what it is, he lost Drug-Infested Den. He lost New Hampshire by a few votes, and he said New Hampshire's just a drug-infested den because there's an opioid crisis going on in Manchester, New Hampshire, and also other areas, but that's what it's known for to him. So I thought it was funny. It was when he was elected, so I went with it.
Okay. I have some anonymous questions for you. Ready?
Let's go.
Okay. In your immediate, this is a 2-parter.
Wow.
In your immediate family, who is the best athlete and who always eats way too much at Thanksgiving?
The best athlete would be myself, and I eat the most.
Saw that one coming.
I'd say the second best athlete is Mean Machine.
Saw that coming too. Third best.
Because I love myself. Look.
Would third best be Mrs. Mean Machine while we're at it?
Yeah.
Next question. Now that you're a married man, when are you thinking about having kids and how many kids?
This is from Amanda.
It's anonymous. I can't tell you.
I would say within the next couple of years, 3 years.
And how many kids?
3-ish.
3-ish.
3-ish. Three and a half. Over under 3.5. Yeah.
Wow.
No, over under 3. Yeah.
So there can be a push now.
Set the line at 3. Yeah.
Okay. Third question. What are your top 3 Seinfeld episodes?
This is from Pop's Fish.
Nope.
Ooh. Mitch.
Nope.
Oh,
No more guessing. What are the questions?
Oh, man.
Yeah, episodes.
So many good ones. Let's see. Ones that come to mind right away is I love the Putties episode with
The Devil's Game?
what's that even called? It's called The Something.
You don't need to know the name.
So yeah, the one with the Devil. Even though the Devils lost in '94 in the playoffs to the Rangers, is the face painter. That's like original like Devils fan. I love David Putty for that. So I'd say that's my favorite. Love the Soup Nazi. That comes to mind. I'd say that's up there as well. So many other, Bubble Boy too. It sticks out to me. It's a really different episode, and he says the Moors and the Moops. So that really stuck with me. So I'd say those 3.
Okay. League trivia, 3 questions. If you get all 3 correct, I'll get you a $5 coffee gift card.
Yeah, you gotta get to me soon. Yeah.
Get to that. What was it? Bluebird.
Bluebird. Yeah.
If they sell them online, otherwise you're getting
Yeah, but
Starbucks or
not.
something. First question. Shake and Bake had the longest playoff drought. He hadn't been in the postseason since 2013, but that has ended. Who has the longest drought now?
Pop's Fish.
And there's one other team.
Pop's 2.
There's 2. But I'll give you credit for that since you got it right.
Oh yeah, it was so I can guess a second just for.
Yeah.
Okay. Jimmy Legs?
Jimmy Legs.
Ooh.
Both teams, their last appearance was in 2016.
Wow. Okay, good guess.
Only one team in the league has never finished in the top 3. Who is it?
Did Pat get his first? I think he did.
You mean Giants.
Giants. Ooh. Only one person never finished in the top 3?
Never. One person.
Pop's Fish.
Pop's Fish. His closest is 2004.
What do you get, 4th, 5th, 6th?
Or not 2004, I'm sorry. It was
2004.
2014, I believe. Typo in my script here.
Calling out Pop's Fish in these questions.
Speaking of 2004, your first top 3 finish happened that year.
Oh, God.
Here we go. I'm going to make this coffee gift card hard. You won the 3rd place game.
Nice. Who did I beat?
First
Come on.
You can just tell
Can I
me.
just say the name of the person?
Yes, you know, bonus points for the team.
2004?
2004.
How many teams were in it?
I think we had 14 by then.
Joe Stacy.
No.
Matt Moulton.
Yeah.
Oh, man! Alright, I should get a $2 gift card for that. I guess the other one. I should still win.
His team name was Go Dallas with a bunch of exclamation points after that. Matt Moulton. I haven't heard that name.
Can I guess how many S's were in Dallas?
No.
Damn.
Let's play some hit and run. Of course, I'm going to throw out some interesting questions to you.
I should say, let's talk business. You didn't say that part.
I did. That was the fantasy. This is my
Oh,
show.
okay. I'm just trying to,
Let's keep
keep it
going.
going.
This is what runs the clock.
Okay,
up, by the way. Best restaurant in the state of New Hampshire.
I'd say, what's it called? I don't know the name of it.
It's a great restaurant.
Yeah, no.
What do they serve?
I'd say Row 34. It's a good seafood place.
Yeah, is that in Portsmouth?
It is. They have one in Boston as well. There's also a really good steak place. I keep forgetting the name, so I'll say Row 34.
Historical figure you'd most like to have dinner with. Anybody in the history of the world.
I'd say Joe DiMaggio.
Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah, I always had a real love for the Yankees back in the day. You know, he married Marilyn Monroe, and he was just like a quiet guy. He got the job done, and that's one of the streaks that will never be broken. I can almost guarantee that.
And he told me your real answer off camera though. Can you share with the league who that was? Come on, you can.
Oh, that goes without saying, though. Elizabeth Warren. I love her politics. Second, Pocahontas, and also I love Andrew Yang. Love me. And he went to high school in New Hampshire, actually, so I like Andrew Yang. But other than that, Joe DiMaggio, Elizabeth Warren, Andrew Yang, and Pocahontas. Freehold can come too. I know he lives with that crowd.
You may, for those that can't catch on, that there may be a little bit of sarcasm in there. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Most memorable sports moment of your life. It could be anything you watched, played, or read about.
I'd say it's the Giants against the Patriots the first time. It was just unbelievable. Like
the David Tyree catch.
Like everything. I remember where I was. Like we streaked in the neighborhood somewhere in Howell, New Jersey. I think it was. It was just It was so.
Who cares about the memory?
We struck with pants on. We were in high school. I had my New York Giants construction helmet. That's when I had my own website. It was great.
So you had pants on with no shirt.
Yeah.
That's not straight.
But I had my own New York Giants fan message board at the time, and it was a great time for business.
All right, let's plug it while we're here. What was the website?
Well, it was called Big Blue Online. I had my own website, had my own forum. I recruited. I had my own my moderators. I was the administrator. So at age 13, it was a good operation. I decided to close it down when I went to college and have I should have actually kept it open.
It's probably a good time to mention that this segment is brought to you by 4ahealth.com.
4ahealth.com. Yeah. Guys, there's some free consultation classes. Get in on that. Come on.
Your favorite Taylor Swift song?
Shake It Off.
No hesitation. One team in the league that you just can't stand, you absolutely must beat. That's not me. Come on.
Well, I gotta call out Pops Fish for calling me out for some reason. I don't know what that was about. There's nothing wrong with Pops Fish. I respect him as a person and the team. I'm not gonna say him. I just thought it was interesting. He called me out. He thinks I'm really into myself. I like beating, obviously, Nittany Lions.
Well, I said other than it.
Well, still. I say, I don't know. It's equal between Blue Moon, Giants Rule, the guys that,
the rivals.
Yeah, the rivals.
Most overrated Thanksgiving dish? Not the worst dish,
Stuffing.
Overrated. Stuffing? Why stuffing?
I don't know, it's bread, you can have a little meat in it. I'd rather have other stuff. I'd rather have a cornbread rather than stuffing.
If you could kill off any character from a current television show, who would it be?
A current television show?
Yes.
What's current right now? Well, it comes to mind, I would kill off Skylar White in Breaking Bad.
It's not current.
I know it's not current, but it's current right now.
If you're watching Dancing with the Stars, you can pick someone from there.
We're catching up on a lot of old stuff and binge watching now, so I really don't watch anything.
Alright, you just watched The Sopranos, I believe. Who would you kill off of that, even though...
Well, they all died.
Alright, so... But before they died, who would you kill
I'll
off?
kill off Meadow, she's annoying.
Which league member would win a beer chugging contest?
Jimmy Legs.
Jimmy Legs? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that'd be a dark horse.
You didn't say what age.
Oh, you're saying Jimmy Legs in his prime?
Yeah.
So West Virginia Jimmy Legs?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Jimmy Legs, got you.
Who owns the following Colts Neck Track and Field records?
More trivia questions. Oh, God.
This person owns...
ColtsNeckTrack.com. This segment's
brought to you by ColtsNeckTrack.com. 100 meter dash, 200 meter dash, in the pole vault relay. Who owns those records?
Michael Moore.
Yes, and the pole vault relay, that has to be two people.
Well, who has the pole vault record? Is it Devin Moore?
Devin Moore has the pole vault record, but the pole vault relay record, it's Mike Moore and Devin Moore, no relation. But
Congrats.
yeah, so ColtsNeckTrack.com, that still exists.
Get to it.
Those records are still up and are accurate. Person in the league that you like to see produce content that doesn't already.
Blue Moon, a lot of talk about it. Hasn't done it yet. I like to call out the Mountaineers and Giants rule for just completely, stopping their content. It would be good if they brought it back. But I say Blue Moon, just something random, doesn't have to be weekly.
And you said you hate this question, so I'm going to ask it to you. If you were trapped in a foxhole, which person in the league would you want in there to help you get out?
Madison Hedgecox.
Why?
Because everyone's going tall and this and that. It's sometimes if you're too tall, you can get your face shot off. And Steve Madison Hedgecox, is a good cousin here at Thanksgiving. Like to hang out with him, wait it out, and I can use him as a step stool when I get out. Sorry, Hitchcock.
It's all business, nothing personal.
I'm the only one that picked him. So.
You get one question for the commish.
All right, so I'm gonna ask a two-part question. You're gonna say, "Well, I don't ever do that." So when you say that, you're gonna ask your second question. Have you ever cried during a movie that you can admit to? If you never cried, what is a chick flick that you actually really enjoy?
I'm gonna struggle with the second part of that, but
Oh, you did cry.
no. Well, I haven't cried, but Rudy can get you a little dusty inside, but at the end of that, but no actual tears, but a little dusty.
Like The Notebook.
I saw that once years ago, and I was just so
No little
bored.
tear.
No.
A man that never was crying during a movie, and you're just like, you know what? It's a good cry.
For me,
Okay.
chick flick. I know Mean Machine hates this question, and I asked him this last year, and he still struggles to this day with it. I watched a movie recently with Tom Hanks. I don't know if it's a chick flick. It wasn't bad, so I'll go with that. It was, I forget the name of it, but him and a girl are like, they meet online, but they also own rival bookstores in New York City. I'm going to forget the name of it. Hang on, we'll have some dead air time here, and I'll Google it.
Was that Netflix?
Let's see. No, it's an old movie from the 90s. Let's see. It is called, The Power of Google, You've Got Mail.
Oh,
A 1998 film that starred Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan.
So you didn't like shed a tear during it.
No, there's no tears during this.
Just you were sad. You felt things.
I thought the second part was favorite chick flick.
A chick flick that you were like, yeah, enjoyed.
That's the most recent one, so that one
no
was
Mean
recent.
Girls, none of the classics, like.
I have no idea who Mean Girls are.
Geez. Okay, all right.
But anything else for the show?
No, is that it?
No.
Great.
Any Lions, Drug-Infested Den, Week 13, big game.
Nanny Lyons is gonna win the whole thing.
I hope you're right. Thanks for
If
watching.
not, it's gonna be Mean Machine. All right, that's it.
That's it for Coffee with the Commish, and good luck to everybody Week 13, and we'll see you next week.